ready is a lie. Let's talk about the mindset and how the broke mind can kill your future. Ask yourself, would the version of me who's wealthy, who's fulfilled, who's happy in life be making the same decision today? Your life changes when your thinking changes. Everything you want, the business, the freedom, the impact, it all sits on the other side of just different ways of thinking. This is the Little Mojo Podcast. I'm Jason Yarusi. Let's do this. All right, let's go. If you're tired, not feeling fit, tired, just not having to focus, tired, just not having the life that you deserve, this is your place to be. I'm Jason Yarusi. Today, let's talk about the mindset and how the broke mind can kill your future. Most people think they have a money problem. They don't really. It comes down to a thinking problem, because if your thinking never changes, well, neither will your results. You've all come across someone that you could see clearly that if they just did this one thing differently, right, their whole future will look brighter. The whole day will look up. Yet they're so convinced that they can't do that because in their mind, they've already made up what the result will be, that they resist in every fact, in every fashion. And you think about it, you can make more money, you can have a new opportunity, you can think of a big way to win and still find yourself ending up in the same place. Well, why is that? It's because poor thinking, it's not about your bank account. It's about patterns that always pull you back to where you existed, right? Where you've built to. And it shows up in ways that most of us, we don't even recognize because we're playing defense instead of offense. And it shows up when you wait in an instant before just saying, okay, let's go after it. It shows up when you protect comfort instead of chasing growth. It shows up when you focus on cost instead ahead of opportunity. And this isn't about smart versus lack of intelligence. This isn't even about work ethic. It's about conditioning. You've trained yourself year over year to keep thinking ways that keep you safe, to keep yourself small. And if you want this different life, you have to make a small adjustment. And your first shift, it's just to stop asking, what does it cost? And start asking, what does it create? Poor thinking, it's not about protecting your money. It's wealth of thinking is focused on multiplying. Ask yourself today, do you think that if you make a couple dollars and you put it under your mattress is going to give you everything that you have afforded to for the rest of your life? Or do you have to go out there and find ways to create value in your life? Wealthy thinking, it's focused on multiplying. And it's because every decision you make is either an expense or it's an investment on who you're becoming. And where most people only see what they're giving up, you see what you're building. So don't hesitate. Don't delay. Don't stay stuck in a way where you're just being the same thing over and over and over again. The people who win, they understand the right investment of time, energy, and money can change your trajectory permanently. The second shift, stop saying, well, I hope it works. Start saying, I'm going to make it work. Because broke thinking, it's not waiting for certainty. If you ask so many entrepreneurs out there if they were certain that what they were going to do is going to work out, well, maybe now they feel certainty. But there was these moments, there was these nights of pain, of agony where they stayed up and stayed up and stayed up and said, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to get through just tomorrow. Because winning thinking creates certainty through your action. You don't just get confidence before you move. You get confidence because you move. Every time you act, you prove to yourself that you can really handle more. And that proof, it becomes belief. But if you just keep waiting to feel, well, I'm not ready yet, right? You've all met that someone who said, I just need to read one more book, or just, next year or next week, after I just have this one thing get over, or after the kids get out of the house. You keep waiting to feel ready. And guess what? You're going to wait to feel ready forever, because ready is a lie. And the next shift, stop thinking I can't lose and start thinking I just can't stay where I am. We always easily think about what could be lost, but we forget to think about what we're losing right now, staying exactly how we are. Most people are focused on avoiding loss, and they never just give themselves even a chance to win. They protect what they have, and all at the cost of what they could become. But the real risk, it isn't about losing money. It's about losing time, losing effort, losing the ability to go after what you truly want. Time spent staying in the same patterns, staying in the same poor mindset, staying as the same person, because that's the one thing that you just don't get back. You don't get back the time that you wasted not going out there to achieve what's possible. Here's something that you can use today, a small filter. Before you make the next decision, ask yourself, would the version of me who's wealthy, who's fulfilled, who's happy in life be making the same decision today? Would that version hesitate? Would that version choose to play small? Would that version choose to just stay comfortable sitting on the couch over growth? And if the answer is no, well, then you already know what to do. And if the only thing left to do is act, then the word that has to come to mind is now. You live a life based on your choices. And we waste so many days and weeks and months not making the right choice because we're worried of everything else out there that could create some kind of loss in your life. Your life changes when your thinking changes. Everything you want, the business, the freedom, the impact, it all sits on the other side of just different ways of thinking. So the question is, how do I take action today? And it is, inevitably, how can you not? All right, that's what I have for you today. This is the Little Mojo Podcast. I'm Jason Yarusi. Let's do this.